Save me, take me away to the moonlight. The people around me don't feel right. What are we doing?
Thought maybe it was time I shared some of my moon photos because they're doing nothing but gathering dust in my picture folder. This all came about by going outside on the 15th of January and looking up and seeing the strangest thing in the sky. And I was thinking, is that the moon? You know, it looked all wrong. It really looked all wrong. I only had my camera, it wasn't on my telescope, so the pictures weren't very clear, but I zoomed in, and this is as far as I got with zooming in. And later I zoomed in a bit on the computer, but as you can see, that wasn't much clearer. But I also didn't have much opportunity because no sooner had I taken the camera out when these peculiar clouds came wafting by and just obscured the whole moon. You know, if you look at the moon phase calendar in South Africa, these are the moon phases, and this is for January. So on the 15th of January, this should have been our moon phase. You know, now I find it hard to put that and this together and come up with the same moon phase. Yeah. This was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, I think if we look at the strange moon I captured, that did not move from left to right, and I am pretty convinced that it was the moon because after making the photos I actually checked stellarium and the moon was somewhere up there in the sky, so I guess it should be the moon. But if it is the moon, then how on earth did that moon phase come about? And as we go through the next photos, I'd also like you to take note of the angle of the moon. It seems, well, I want to say very tilted. We hear stories about an egg-shaped moon and the moon's not right and everything, but if we look at the moon phase calendar again and then look at the strange angle that the moon is in, then definitely there's something wrong. Whether that is because we're looking at it from a different angle or whether the moon is actually shifted on its axis, well, that's a really big debate that I don't have enough knowledge to go into. But still, just keep an eye out on the next pictures and look at the peculiar shape, not a C or a D in sight. And that got me to a NASA website which had this really cool animation on how the moon moves in the sky and what it does. And I actually learned a lot just from watching this a couple of times because I never knew that that was the way the moon rotated. Absolutely fascinating. But what was more fascinating to me was spotting a crater. And this, oh, I say crater, it's like a black spot. And this spot moves from like the 9 o'clock position. That's the furthest it goes north. And then it goes down to about 7 o'clock. And then it starts going back up towards 9 o'clock. And that is the rotation of the moon, that dark circle going from 7 to 9 and back to 7. But I was looking at my photos and I thought, if that is how far that black spot would be moving, then why am I seeing it in such a strange place? For me, it goes as far north as 10 o'clock and then comes all the way down to 7 o'clock. Now, you know, that's a big variance if you take something doing exactly the same orbit all the time. I mean, that ship is not supposed to change or be changed by anything. So why have we got such strange moon phases? And why is the moon different on its axis, I guess I have to say. But I know there's a lot of the Skywatch group that do follow the moon and do look at the moon, so maybe there's some wisdom that can come from there. I did, incidentally, try the biggest observatory in South Africa. I've been on their website because I thought, we've got that observatory, I think it's 450 kilometers away, and people go there on holiday and they come from all over the world to see things happening, blood moons and asteroids and comets and things like that. So you would think that you would get a decent explanation of the moon and some incredible photos from them. I mean, those guys have got all the gear. No, nothing, nada. So, yeah, I don't think the scientists are going to tell us what's going on with this strange moon of ours, but maybe I get some insight from other people. You all have a lovely day.
Save me, take me away to the moonlight. The people around